Peace and love, you beautiful miracles of spiritual level of being. Nathan here from a spiritual level of being. You have a spiritual level of being. And today we're discussing Jesus' skin colour. Now there's many radical movements, New Age philosophies that will claim that Jesus belongs to one particular group, one particular race. It doesn't really matter his race. It's his message that really matters. There's always a Jesus for you. Now, we're going to discuss this rationally as well, as Jesus was a Jew. And the Romans could not tell him apart from other Jews, as described in Matthew 26.49 and Mark 14.43. Now we're going to begin with Matthew. Okay, I actually meant to say Matthew 26.48. The traitor had given the crowd a signal. The man I kiss is the one you want to arrest. Arrest him. Judas went straight to the teacher and said, "Peace be with you, teacher," and kissed him. So this is him showing the Romans which particular Jewish man he was. Now let's go to Mark 14.43. Jesus was still speaking when Judas, one of his 12 disciples, arrived. With him was a crowd armed with swords and clubs, and sent by the chief priest, the teachers of the law, and the elders. The traitor had given the crowd a signal. The man I kiss is the one you want. Arrest him and take him away under guard. As soon as Judas arrived, he went up to Jesus and said, "Teacher," and kissed him. So they arrested Jesus and held him tight. So they couldn't tell which one he was out of the apostles. So this was the identification. Now what people go on to say that he's either black or white is in Revelation 1.14 to 15, where it describes Jesus' hair being as white as wool or white as snow, or that his skin is a brass, refined, polished colour. This does not mean that he was black or white. Now, if we go by ancient artwork in ancient Rome, in the 3rd century, we have artwork of Moses, and this is a depiction of what a Jewish sage would look like, according to the Greco-Roman world. We also have artwork of Joshua in the 3rd century, and this again points to what the ancient Israelites would have looked like to the Greco-Roman world. Now, when we go by DNA and by skeleton remains, we've come across the closest to the ancient 3rd century Jews with that of the Iraqi Jewish people, or the Iraqi Jews. These are the closest in DNA. Now, in Isaiah 53.2, we have Jesus being nothing special in looks or appearances. So we'll go read that. It was the will of the Lord that his servant should grow like a plant, taking root in dry ground. He had no dignity or beauty to make us take notice of him. There was nothing attractive about him, nothing that would draw us to him. We despised him and rejected him. He endured suffering and pain. No one would even look at him. We ignored him as if he were nothing. So, showing that he was just a regular Jewish man, in looks-wise. Now, Yeshua was a very popular name, and many names have been changed into Joshua in order to separate Yeshua from the other Yeshuas, as it was a popular name. So if you read the Bible in its original language, especially if you're reading it in Koine Greek or Aramaic, we're going to find the word Yeshua. Joshua the son of Nun is spelled as Yeshua in Koine Greek, well, as Esios, I should say. And the same as Joshua, the successor of Moses, they all have the same name as Yeshua. So this was a fabrication in the sense to separate them all, as the Bible has gone through editing and change throughout the course of centuries. Many texts were rejected and others were accepted. So peace and love, everyone. I love you all. Connect to all my mind and soul. Namaste.